So someone's just handed you a stopwatch, a stack of flashcards, and said, "Can you run a precision teaching session with Theo?" And you're nodding like, "Sure, I've totally got this." But inside you're thinking, what on earth is precision teaching? And where do I even start? Hello there, fabulous TAs. I'm Lauren Reasoner, and I was a TA one-to-one and HLTA for 20 years. I even did 6 weeks of teacher training, but I absolutely hated it. And now I create videos that answer all your TA questions. So if you want to learn more about being a TA, growing confidence, cope with interviews, and all manner of other TA related stuff, start right now by subscribing to my channel. Precision teaching is a super specific, data driven way of helping children build fluency in key skills. Now, that makes it sound complicated, but it isn't. So, the key skills would be like reading tricky words, number facts, or spelling patterns. It's short, sharp, and very focused. You take one target, like reading 10 words, and you time the child reading those words aloud every day for around a minute. And the aim is to help them do it faster and more accurately over time while keeping it fun and positive. It works because it builds confidence and I can't say this word, automaticity. That muscle memory feel where the child just knows it without having to stop and think. So imagine learning your times tables like you'd learn lyrics to a song through regular repetition and rhythm. Precision teaching helps children who need a little boost to get from knowing it sometimes to knowing it every time. Now, I have to say here, when I was at school, our times tables would come in every day. Before we sat down, we would chant our times tables. And then when I was a TA, that was deemed to be bad practice because it was boring. The thing is, it jolly well worked. And teachers and TAs find it really difficult to try and put more interesting ways of doing these seemingly boring things uh, into the day. So I feel like precision teaching has come full circle. It's taking into account that you don't want to make it boring and you just want to make it short and snappy. But to be honest, that's what chanting the times tables was. It was short and snappy and it got it done. However, I do think this is a sort of progression on that. So bear with me, and we will continue to find out what precision teaching is all about. Okay, so I'm going to go through 5 tips here, and then we will look at an example activity. So the first tip is keep it short and consistent. Sessions should be quick, so 5 to 10 minutes max. Ideally, you do it daily. The magic is in the repetition, not in how long the session is. So this is not supposed to be, a long session where you pack in as much as possible. You're packing in a very small amount of information, and you're doing it in a very quick session. And ideally, you would do that daily. Tip 2, track the progress visually. So use a simple chart, so bar chart or line graph, to record scores. Show the child how they're improving, even by one word or some, because progress they can see is progress they believe in. Tip 3, make it fun, not stressful. This is practice, not punishment. Reassure them it is not a test. And some kids like a little competition, even against their own previous score, while others just need a high five and a smile. Tip 4, stick to one target at a time. Do not throw in 5 skills at once. Focus on one precise goal. That's why it's called precision teaching. So whether it's spelling because or doubling numbers to 20, keep it tight. Tip 5, work with the class teacher or Senko. You shouldn't be left guessing. Ask what the child's target is and what materials to use. If you're unsure, speak up. because precision teaching is about consistency, not guesswork. And we know what schools are like. You know, the teacher thinks, oh, this is great, this is what we're using now, let's get the TA to do it with minimal information. So, I think if you could get used to asking, it's not a weakness, it's a strength. So now let's go through an example. So in this example, we're teaching 5 high frequency words with precision teaching. So you choose your target words. So let's say you're going to use said, the, come, here, you. These are the only 5 words you'll focus on for now. You'll swap them out once they're mastered with fluency and accuracy. So like the times tables, once they can do their 2 times table, you move on to the next one, not necessarily 3 because that's more tricky, but do you see what we're getting at here? It is about mastery and fluency. It's you just want them to know it, They look at the word, know it. 2, prepare your materials. So flashcards with 1 word per card, a stopwatch or timer, a simple recording sheet to log scores, a small progress chart like a bar chart or smiley face tracker works brilliantly, obviously depending on the age of the child. 3, the daily routine, 5 to 10 minutes max. So step A would be warm up, 1 minute, quick, relaxed run through of the flashcards, no timer, just familiarisation. Step B, timed reading, so 30 seconds to 1 minute. Shuffle the 5 flashcards, say, let's see how many you can read in 10 seconds. Ready? In 30 seconds. Ready? 10 seconds would be a bit of a small length of time. Time the child as they go through the cards as many times as they can, aiming for fluency. Track how many they got correct in that time. Step C, record the score. Write down the number of correct words read in the time. Keep it visual, so sticker charts or simple line graphs work great. Step D, praise and encourage. Celebrate small wins. So yesterday you read 10 in 30 seconds, today you read 13, amazing. And a bonus tip, rotate the order of the flashcards each time to avoid memorisation by pattern, which is why they say shuffle the flashcards. So if no one's shown you how to do precision teaching properly, don't worry. Most TAs figure it out as they go, just like you are now. Now, back in, I don't know, when was it? It must have been about 2010. I started doing this just because I thought it was a good idea. I spoke to the teachers that I was working with in year 1 because we had a few children that were really struggling with high frequency words. And I said, look, going over high frequency words once a week just isn't, that's not helping. By the time we get to the next week, they've forgotten them. I need to do short, sharp sessions daily. So we did that in the afternoon. It was blinking hard work because luckily my room was right in the same part of the corridor opposite the 2 year 1 classes. But I would take two children at a time, and because we had a number to get through, and just get them to do exactly what I've described. And we do it on a daily basis, and that really helped with progression. Now, that helped. So I wasn't following precision teaching. I was doing something very similar off my own back. But that, progression occurred because of the repetition that those children were getting on a daily basis. But so when you actually know what you're doing, it becomes a very powerful thing. You stop feeling like you're winging it and you start feeling like you're making a real impact. So, my advice would be find out as much about your particular way of using precision teaching. This is the thing in this video, and give you an idea, But I suspect there's probably different companies offering precision teaching. There's different ways, um, different formats that schools have opted into. So go and ask, what information is there, what literature is written about the system that you are using. It's not a weakness, it's a strength. So I hope this video has helped, and if you're looking for clear practical support to boost your confidence as a teaching assistant, then you might like to see all my free TA in Control resources. Whether you're navigating SEND support, behaviour strategies, or everyday classroom tasks, these resources are created to be immediately useful. No fluff, no jargon, just helpful tools you can put into action right away. And if you'd like to get your hands on all my free resources, you can put in the comments, type it, free resources please, in the comment section below this video, and I will give you the link to access it. And I'll also see you in my next video.